Look, they put a hockey jersey on the Statue of Liberty. It's kind of cool. My friend Brad Garrett invited me to his comedy show tonight. So I'm going to go to his comedy show tonight. You think the Vegas Knights are going to win the hockey game? I don't know if this is going to go live by the time they either win or lose, but it's a pretty cool story. Look, there's a castle in the background. It's like we're in Disney World. Here's the MGM. It's where the comedy show will be. We're having fun. Don't play these games. It's a bad decision. VIP valet. Maybe we'll be rich enough for that one day. Not yet. We're at MGM. Gonna go find some dinner before the comedy show. Okay, that's where we're going. Look, they have this giant lion at MGM. Take a look. Normally people aren't sitting here. It's very bizarre. I mean, they only roped it off, you know. Don't worry about the rope. Is this virtual reality? Is that what this is? The lion's wearing a virtual reality thing? Oh no, some Cirque du Soleil thing, okay. I've seen Ka, here it is. They have a pretty cool stage. I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube.
Excuse me 1 second. What a great theater I have here. I gotta close my own drape like I'm taking a fucking shower.
Here I am in the airport. I'm on my way to Los Angeles. The last few days have been quite hectic. I ended up coaching one of my students for the Super High Roller Bowl, the $300,000 tournament, and from what I could tell, he played pretty well, but he was playing against one particularly overly aggressive player, and that player kept making like top 2 pair and flushes and sets against him, and showed bluffs to everyone else. It's always unfortunate whenever you have a maniac at your table, and the maniac just gets all the nuts against you and bluffs all the chips off to everyone else, but hey, that happens sometimes. So I'm going to LA, like I said, to play the Survivor game, and then I'm flying back to New York for one day to see Amy and James. Haven't seen them in a while, so I figured I should stop back home. And then another one of my students, I'm prepping him for the $100,000 buy-in tournament and the $1 million buy-in tournament. And he wants me to come out to Vegas with him for the 100K. So I figured, yeah, why not play the 100K myself? So I sold a bit of action. Thanks to everyone who bought a little bit of the action. Hopefully I do well. And if I don't, well, good thing I sold some action. So that's the plan. I'm going to fly home for one day and then fly back with him the very next day. So I'm going to be home for less than 24 hours, but it's good. I miss hugging my baby and hugging my wife. So that's the plan. Go to LA, then from LA to New York, then from New York to Vegas, all in about 48 hours. Good morning. I'm on my way to the Gardens Casino to play in the Poker Night in America Survivor game. I'm going to show up a little bit early, hang out with some of my friends. I'm friends with Boston Rob, and it's always nice to catch up. We only get to play for about 2.5 hours today, so my plan is to play any reasonable situation. I'm going to try to 3-bet a lot, try to get in a lot of situations. It's going to be a lot of fun, so that's the goal. You know, you got to make sure you get on the show, otherwise, what am I doing here? I was told to look for the casino with a volcano in front of it. Here we are. This is the Gardens, in Hawaiian Gardens. Let's see what we can find. They're gambling in here. Here's the setup. We'll be playing here in just a minute. Fun looking setup. All right. We're here early in the green room. No one's here besides me. the makeup artist, which I need because I slice my face shaving because, you know, we're true professionals in here. This is where you hang out. We're gonna watch Star Wars for a bit until it's time to have some food. We're gonna get makeup done, do an interview, and then play some poker. Get interviewed. These are where the professionals sit.
We are professionals. You are right.
True professionals.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna interview me back here. All right, let's go. Is this my little stool? All right.
Don't swear. Please don't swear.
Here we are. Don't swear. No videos allowed now. We're eating our food. Tyson is gonna lose so much money tonight.
Oh God, John.
I'm sure I'm glad.
Jonathan.
He said, I only brought 20K, and I think it's gonna be enough.
It'll be enough.
We're gonna be all in on like every single hand.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
When you were younger, did you go by John and then Johnny and now Jonathan as you mature?
Yes.
That's a very good question, actually.
Right?
Either or was good. I never really cared. Nobody ever called me Johnny.
Okay, so it's John or Jonathan.
It's John or Jonathan, and I don't care.
What does your family call you?
Okay.
Like your dad and
Jonathan.
You write it
Here's
out.
my food. We had salmon and quinoa. It was very nice. 2 meals. Someone thinks they're special. Everybody else has
dessert.
one. And dessert.
Dessert.
3 meals. Good job. Oh my God. That's the boss over there. Thank you for putting this on.
That's social media.
We're posing like
We've been taking photos, but they're actually videos. I don't know why this is such a hard time. This guy is in charge, and he can't take a photo to save his life. So anyway, we're gonna go play poker now. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Are you filming?
Going right now.
Can you hear me?
We're getting ready to play. I have position on Boston Rob. People claim he's the best Survivor player and poker player at the table.
Only he claims he's the best.
Nobody's
He tells me every time.
Yeah.
He says, guys, I'm the best Survivor player who's ever
Kim's
lived.
here, okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kim's here.
Don't
Won it
forget.
on her first try. Jeremy won it on his second. I won it on my third, and it took Rob 4 times.
4 times
To finally win.
He's very persistent.
He
Persistent
doesn't give
player.
up.
I hear he doesn't like losing.
First time.
He doesn't mind it anymore.
You get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, he got way used to
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Rob, you're gonna put
cards. You did it properly. You did it great. RFID table.
Oh, I need a hair tie, maybe.
So RFID table. So when you get your cards, just drop them in the box first, and there's also a backup camera that you
Yeah,
can
I'm
show
here
your
too, Jonathan Little.
Don't forget.
But for the most part,
Never forget.
as soon as you
I don't know how today is going to go. He's going to be very aggressive, I think.
register.
Today is who?
You are.
No.
So you guys' phones are good to be on until we get going. Airplane mode would be the best because it's a sensitive table.
Yeah.
And also your mic packs on your body. So if you'd
So
like
many
to put them in
rules.
a bag or on a side table, that's fine. And then it'll help us keep the signal flowing.
Here we are at the end of the day. I stacked every Survivor besides Boston Rob. I couldn't handle him. He had Jack 8 against my kings. To be fair, I had the best hand every time. I ended up winning 1,025 at a 5-5 game, which is obviously very good for 2 hours, but like I said, I had the best hand every time. I tried to bluff Boston Rob once. He tried to fold small blind to his 5-5. I elected to raise to only 15 with the 8-2. I should have made it 25. I like, look at that. That's the guy who's hustled me for 10 bucks in the background. I only raised 15 with the 8-2. Flop came, I don't know what the flop came. He checked, I bet like 20 he called. Turn was something else, I bet like 50 he called. River paired the board, he led, he said he had trips, so I kind of believe him. I messed up that one hand. Besides that, I'm pretty happy with my play. I tried to play a little bit overly aggressive and it worked out well enough. It was a lot of fun. Now we're gonna go grab some dinner. I'm gonna hop on a plane and fly to New York City.
Come on, get in.
Look at us, look at us.
Come on.
One more selfie.
Everybody in? There we go. 1, 2, 3.
He's the
did
one
I
taking
do?
the photo.
I don't know.
We just had a great dinner. It was a lot of fun. Everyone wants to take photos.
Oh, dude, that is so good.
I like it.
Look at that.
That's a
Something
real
wong with
picture.
that guy.
It's a great photo.
We have to get on a plane in about 3 hours.
I got one of these.
Kind of dreading that, but sometimes that's what is required.
Oh, not bike shorts. I'm wearing regular shorts.
Here we are in LAX. It's about 4 a.m. Everything's closed. So you closed, everything's closed. Oh, we had a good time last night. We went out to dinner. It was a lot of fun. Now I'm going to fly to New York City to see my family for a bit, and then I'm going to fly back to Las Vegas to play the 100K. Sounds like a plan. I'm back in New York City. Got to see my family for a little bit. I'm actually waiting on a car to pick me up, and I ran into my baby James, but I didn't have the thought to make a video because I just wanted to give him hugs and kisses. Anyway, I'm about to get on a plane and go back to Vegas. Here we are in beautiful Las Vegas. We just landed. We had a great plane ride. We played 2 sit and goes. I won 1. My student won 1. We had some drinks. Life is good. Tomorrow is the 100K. I'm gonna do my best. It's a big tournament, but sometimes you gotta gamble. We made it to the Rio. It's time for the $100,000 tournament. We're gonna go do our best. We'll see how it goes. Here's my booth with my publisher. Not this one. This one. This is our booth. We found it. There's the man. Dan the man. Say hello, Dan.
Hi.
Hi, he's the publisher. Here's our books. All right, here we go. Here we are in the 100K. Here's our friends. I'm gonna try to beat them. We are 4 hours in to the high roller tournament, and it's actually kind of interesting. I got up to about 800,000 from a 5,000 starting stack when the big blind was, why is it so dark? When the big blind was 1,000. So I won 300 big blinds in the first level, which is insane. Then I hung around the second, third level, and then the fourth level, everything bad happened. I had kings and ended up an ace coming, and I ended up just like check folding. I ran a few bluffs, they all failed. I had a 4-bet pot where I raised button with ace-9, small blind 3-bet. I decided to 4-bet with the ace-9. You may want to 3-bet ace-10 offsuit, you may want to 3-bet ace-9 offsuit, you may want to 3-bet low suited connectors if you think you're gonna get called a lot. I thought I'd get a lot of folds, so I 3-bet somewhat small, which you may think means I'm gonna get called a lot, but not when you're in position. I made it 105K over his 48K 3-bet with ace-9, and he called. Flop comes ace-5-3, maybe ace-4-2, I can't remember right now. He checked, I bet 75K, so 1/3 pot. He called, there were 2 clubs on the board, I had no clubs. Turn was an 8, it goes check, check. River's a jack. Turn was a backdoor flush draw too, I'm sorry. I'm maybe a little frazzled. Turn goes check, check. River bets 140 into 360 or something like that. And given I block no flush draws, I think I just have a pretty easy call. I don't know if he's gonna turn a hand like 10s or 6s into a bluff. But there are a lot of clubs he can have, so I think it's a pretty easy call. He had ace-king. If he would have jammed, I probably would have called too, so maybe I'm lucky to have 200K left, which is where I am now, I have 200K left. It's funny how you can win every hand for 2 hours, then lose every hand for 2 hours, but hey, that's what we signed up for. So now I have 40 big blinds. I have a very, very tough table. There are some very soft tables, but that's not mine, unfortunately. I have Fedor on my left, and he plays every pot with everyone who's on his right, so it's a lot of fun. I'm probably just gonna go back, play good ranges, try to get my money in good, and go from there. No fancy play at this point, 40 big blind poker. We'll see if I can do that or not. Well, we made it through day 1 of the $100,000 buy-in tournament. I have 899,000. The day was quite swingy. I got up very, very high early, lost all of it back, and then got back to 1.1 million, which was a lot of chips, and then I bluffed some off to Darren Elias. He seems to never fold to me, and I never have it. It's just how it goes, apparently. We resume tomorrow with 16,000 big blinds, so I have 900K, which is a reasonably good stack, 50-something big blinds. I'm gonna get some rest and resume tomorrow. Here we are on day 2. Here's our friends. Here's Dietrich.
Dietrich.
We have a small blind
I'll-
of 8,000, big blind of 16,000. With an
The best of the American fish.
16,000. Players, you've
Here we go.
already seen.
Well, they busted me in the 100K. Blind versus blind. I found top 2 pair. Small blind limp, I checked Jack 9 with Jack of diamonds. Flop came Jack of clubs, 9 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. So I have top 2 pair. Small blind bet 35K. I made it 100 with my top 2 pair. There are lots of draws available. He shoved. When he shoves, you know he has a good draw. I called. He had 10-7 of diamonds. They put the 8 of diamonds right there on the turn. They gave him all the outs. Well, I mean, it gave him the flush. I had to redraw, though, to a better flush with the Jack of diamonds or a boat, but they didn't come. So that's it. It's the end of this trip. All in all, I'm pretty happy with my play. I had Fedor on my left like the entire tournament, so that's okay. It's always tough whenever that happens, but hey, sometimes you get the good seat draw. So yeah, I'm gonna go home for about a month, and then I'm gonna come back out here and try again.